Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Triple Timed Sprints. I'm Shanon, writing on the opinion of S.C. Huston, author of A Curse of Scales and Feathers, now A Curse of Wings and Gems. And today's goal of the stream is to have strictly timed sprints with 5-minute breaks for a total of 3 1-hour long sprints that should last roughly 3.5 hours for the full stream. And you're welcome to use the sprints in the stream for whatever is good for you, whatever productivity you need, whether reading, writing, housework, coursework, day job, or just taking care of you. Today, my goal is what I had on the calendar was to prep the Florist Budding Desire for ARCs and retailers, which I've done that already. And but there are other things I totally didn't put into my publishing schedule that are like minor things that you probably don't think of a lot of the time. So one, I forgot, I didn't even remember until yesterday when I got an email from the Library of Congress to state that to give me my LCCN for A Curse of Wings and Gems. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do this for the Florist Budding Desire. So the LCCN you can only apply for before your book is published. And then once you're approved, you get a number, you can put that in your copyright page. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go through and add that to my copyright page right now. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. That's a lot to do because if I only worry about retailers, then I would just put it onto Amazon's and then draft it digital, which are two different copies for me, because if you've been here before, you know that I have like a different copyright page and title page depending on where it's going. For Amazon, all I do is I put on the copyright page, I put Amazon copy. So I know that that's a copy that's on Amazon. So it's just a bit different how each file that I have is different wherever I uploaded. And I have lots of different files for A Curse of Wings and Gems. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to touch the other ones. So I have one that I have on, what is it? I don't know where I put this stuff. Oh, I must have put it into a different folder. So I have a Google Play edition. So yeah, I forgot that one. The hardcover's on Ingram Spark because Amazon doesn't do that large of a hardback. So that's a different edition there. Well, it's the same edition, but it's a different file than the paperback file I have on Amazon. Because on Amazon, your hardback and your paperback file would be the same, the interior, except they don't do as big as of a hardcover file as what I have. So I had to go to a different place. So I don't know. I'm like trying to decide if I want to go worry about putting my LCCN on all these different places. And then I have a bunch of review places. I have Story Origin. I have one on BookFunnel as well because I'm going to sell that direct, and I don't have that set up yet. So that would be a different copy, but I don't have that one made yet. Library Thing, Story Origin, Book Sprout, Book Sirens, Hidden Gems. I have a lot of different places and a lot of different copies. So I don't know if I'm going to go update all of those. Anyways, so I need to apply for the LCCN for my the Florist Budding Desire before it's published. And then I also need to print, order an author copy of, I could have it directly mailed to the Library of Congress. Once you get an LCCN from Library of Congress, you have to send them a copy of your book. So I need to order, and I can do an author copy, so it's cheaper, and then send it to the Library of Congress. So I need to do that today for a Curse of Wings and Gems. But then back to the Florist Budding Desire, I need to do LCCN. I need to go claim it on Audible so no one else does it. You always want to make sure you claim your book on Audible because someone else can claim your book even if they don't own it. And even if you don't ever plan to do an audiobook or you don't know what you're going to be doing with that, you want to go do it. Man, I'm so sorry. I'm talking so long that this is, we're running out of time. And I haven't even said hello. I see Devin's in the chat. Come on. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Let me say hello to everyone. So there's a lot of things I need to do. I wrote it down. I got to go claim my book on Goodreads. I got to go claim my book on BookBub because it is showing on Amazon now. Once your book is on Amazon, it's easier to go claim it these places. You don't have to. Like on Goodreads, you can upload the book cover. You can upload all the information. But if it's already on Amazon, then you can go to Goodreads because the two are linked. They're by the same company. You can go on Goodreads and then you can just put the title in and it'll pull all the information from Amazon. So you don't have to go put all the stuff in again. And it's on Amazon now. So you go claim it on Goodreads, go claim it on BookBub, go claim it on the Library Thing and set up an ARC review for it for next month when it comes out. So yeah, a few things I want to get done this morning. Let me say hello. Devin said, good morning. I sucked down social media. I don't have that issue. I'm so thankful, but I'm glad to see you're back out of it now. I need to do some posting in the social medias today. Maybe I was thinking I need to as well for the Charm Chats, but I haven't got there. I've got 7 things on my list and Charm Chats is number 7, which will be probably after the stream is over. I really want to write though. 0 sleep last night. Oh, but at least I thought of some good ideas for Shield. Oh, that's good. Your mind was like working through it. Hey, Andy, how's it going? Barnes & Noble. Oh, yeah, I did. I saw your Discord message. I just haven't. I saw it. Someone said they sent something to Discord to They said, I sent you blah, blah, blah in Discord, is what they said in my chat yesterday. And I said, oh, me? I was like, I don't think we're connected in Discord. They were talking to someone else. So I clicked into Discord and I saw your messages. But I worked until like 9:30 last night trying to get my book done and get my last chapters off to my critique partner. And then I went to bed after that. So I have not got back in there yet. And then I have a whole list of things I need to get done I will be in there in a little bit later. It's going to be later this afternoon. So I would just push back. I don't know how it works with Barnes & Noble exactly. I had Drafted Digital tell me that I couldn't use the ISBN, that I need a new ISBN with a book. And I pushed back. That happened twice to me. And I pushed back twice. So, okay, it happened twice to me where I was able to push back. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they accepted it. So I just wrote back. I said, I have not used this ISBN with any other title. I bought this ISBN, is brand new, been assigned in Bowker. So please assign my title or whatever it is that you want to say in that part. The third time it happened was I tried to push back on it and they're like, no. And that's when I reached out to Dale and I was like, Dale, have you heard of this before? And I remember them saying Ingram Spark was part of it, right? So, and this was the paperback with A Curse of Scales and Feathers. So I had the paperback with the ISBN on Ingram because of my Kickstarter. And then I knew I was going to take that and then sell it direct. And on Ingram, you can do what they call share and sell. So they give you like a landing page for your book and you could set up your book to sell direct on your website. And then they do it as print on demand, basically same way as like Amazon does, but you could do it through your website with your own landing page. So I had done that for my direct sales. And so when I asked Dale about it and he said, oh, that's because Ingram Spark and Drafted Digital share a printer. So, and then all of a sudden my book disappeared on Ingram. My paperback was there for the share and sell and then it was gone. Like completely, like it didn't say this title can no longer be sold. It just was gone. The whole link, everything was just gone. And on Drafted Digital, it's not gone. It's still there showing in progress. And there's no way to cancel it. I can't say, I could say delist. I delisted the paperback, but I couldn't list it anyways because they said, oh, your book's being printed somewhere else. And then Ingram says, oh, well, you can't list it because it's being printed somewhere else. And both of them won't let me list it at all because I'm selling it somewhere else. And it's with each other, but neither one of them are selling it. And so I'm just like, oh, God. And I can't just completely take it off Drafted Digital. They won't let me. It's still showing there. And I'm like, it's such a pain. So, but I don't know if Barnes & Noble has something similar with that. But I don't think so. So they're saying I already sold the book with that title. I can't remember what your message on Discord said because I saw it briefly when I thought someone was saying to take a look at something on Discord. So I don't know. I'm not, and Andy would be good. I don't know if Andy's still here. Andy might have some insight on that because I know he's went through some things in the past, but I don't know if it's specifically with Barnes & Noble either. Andy, good morning. Going to do bits and bobs, go to work on YouTube today. Devin, love the multiple places for arcs and stuff. That's going wide. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to do it everywhere. Claim your book on ACX so pirates will get it. Yes. And so I've got to get all this stuff. I need to make like a checklist because I'm going to be publishing so many things this year. And I told myself to do this with A Curse of Wings and Gems because all these things that, I went to go claim it on ACX, Goodreads, and BookBub and library thing and all this stuff. And I was like, I should do this on, make a checklist so I remember to do all these things. And I still haven't done it. And I think I'm just too busy trying to make sure I'm getting everything done for the current book to do the checklist. And then it's going to come back up again when I do my next book. So, Devin, do you get great ideas when you can't sleep? My mind goes in weird places when I can't sleep. It's the ideas that keep me awake, LOL. My brain won't shut down. That's like an ADHD thing. I don't remember. I think you said you're partly ADHD. The brain is a funny thing. Thank you for the Barnes & Noble advice. Yeah, that's the only thing I could say is to push back on it. It happened that, like I said, it worked for me twice with Drafted Digital. It was the third time it didn't work. Yeah, Ingram Spark has that feature. It's quite fancy. Direct sales via Ingram Spark. Yeah. Oh my God, what a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, that's why my paperback is only on Amazon with A Curse of Scales and Feathers because I can't get it anywhere else. So I guess I could go direct to like Barnes & Noble and sell it there. And I could go direct to other places that do paperbacks. But it's just more work that, okay. That's so frustrating with Barnes & Noble. I mean, there is a way. Both Drafted Digital and Ingram said if I filled out all this paperwork, they would release the title. And I'm like, you're not letting me sell the title. You should just release it because you're not letting me sell it. It should just be an automatic thing. If you say I can't sell it, it should just be released. Why do I need to do all this paperwork to tell you, please release my title when you're not even using it? Anyways, it's frustrating. So frustrating with Barnes and Noble. I don't go direct with Barnes and Noble personally. Yeah, I haven't either. I have a master checklist on my OneNote. My brain is happier for it. Oh, yeah, that might be cool. And I've always told myself I eventually would go direct with some of these sites like Barnes and Noble. I would go direct for the paperback. I think that was one of the main things I was going to do, but I've never done it. I was just hoping I could do it through like Ingram Spark. Oh, Andy, I don't know if you're still here. So I didn't know. I thought with Ingram Spark, when you uploaded a book and you were going to have it distributed, because I've never had a book distributed through Ingram Spark before. I only did the share and sell, and then use it to print my Kickstarter copies. But now that my hardcover was too long for Amazon, I had to go through Ingram Spark, and I thought there was a way to like change where you want your hardback to go. I thought that was one of the features it had, and I've looked into it and it said no, that there's no way to do it. And I thought about, okay, well then with the paperback, if I upload the paperback of A Curse of Wings and Gems, so not A Curse of Scales and Feathers, one that's having issues, not worried about that one at the moment, with A Curse of Scales and Feathers, or with A Curse of Wings and Gems, I'm like, okay, the paperback, should I put it on Draft to Digital to have it go out everywhere, or Ingram Spark? And I thought, well, I've got the hardcover there. I should just do it on Ingram Spark. But I already have the paperback on Amazon. So if I go through Ingram Spark and upload the paperback to be distributed widely, will it automatically not go to Amazon? I mean, I've looked into it and I've heard that it does and it doesn't. Like, and you may end up with 2 copies on Amazon of your paperback, one from Ingram and one from Amazon, and then you have to go through more paperwork. It's such a nightmare. I'm like, can they not fix this stuff somehow? I don't know. Good morning, everyone. Happy Black History Month to my fellow Black author friends. I'll be cooking brunch, getting tasks done for my day job, and revised Project 24 Sugar, and revised Chapter 24 Project Sugar and Spice. I don't know what I said. I'm considering it, says Andy. I use Draft to Digital to save me time. I'm very time poor. Got a few things going on in the old journey called life. The whole ISBN system thing is ancient and I don't understand it well. My suggestion is to reach out to Mark Leslie Lefebvre of Draft to Digital. And wide for the win, etc. The dude knows everything. Also, is that for me? That's probably for me. I don't know. Also, what's everyone working on today? Good to see you all. Skipped Joanne, sorry. Week has started off rough, so I'm going to try and get some writing done. Ingram Spark is all or nothing for print, and don't use them for ebooks. Yeah, I've always known not to use them for ebooks because I had heard with ebooks you cannot deselect locations. And so I was like, okay, not using them from ebooks. But I thought then the reverse, or not the reverse, but if people were saying, it's like people I was listening to years ago who were talking about publishing, said, don't use Ingram Spark. You can't delist for ebooks. So don't use it for ebooks. Use it only for your paperback and your hardback. And I kept hearing that over and over again. Don't use it for ebooks because you can't delist certain areas. Just use it for paperback and hardback. And I thought, oh, okay, that means you can delist areas for the hardback and the paperback. But when I did my hardback on there for this book that was too big for Amazon, there was no section there where I could delist anywhere. Draft to Digital print uses Ingram Spark, so IS will get their cut. So Ingram Spark will get their cut. Draft to Digital print will then take a cut, so you end up with less royalties overall. Yeah. I have my ebook on Ingram, so bookshop.org can sell my books through indie bookstores. I think I'm on bookshop.org through Draft to Digital. I remember something with that. I could be wrong, but I thought I did. I suggest you do an Amazon KDP plus Ingram Spark or Amazon KDP plus Draft to Digital. Yeah, I'm just concerned, since I can't delist, that if I do my paperback on Ingram Spark with this new book, so it can be widely distributed, that it will send it also to Amazon, where I already have my paperback uploaded directly. And then I'll have 2 copies of my book. Do not click expanded distribution when you're using, yeah, I'd never click expanded distribution on that. Yeah, Ingram Spark is all or nothing. They own the widest distribution network for print and have a monopoly, basically. Yeah, I don't like that. All right, let's go ahead and get this first one going. We will be a little bit behind. I keep hitting wrong buttons. About 39 seconds. We'll get into, oh, wow. Yeah, we should have already been going. Sorry, this stream will just go just a tad bit longer, about 10 minutes longer. It will send it to Amazon, but Amazon will override it with Amazon's paperback and print, so you end up with one listing on Amazon. Okay, so I saw that, and I was like, will it do it for sure? Since I was seeing other things, and people say, no, they ended up with 2 copies of their paperback, and then they had to go through lots of stuff. Amazon will do you the honor of overwriting the Ingram draft to digital print listing. All right, thank you so much. I think I'm going to do the Ingram Spark then, but that won't be a today thing. I've got to work on my next next book coming out. So, all right, good luck, everyone. Hi, it's Tim on the first sprint. How did you do? I stopped in and said hello to a few different sprint streams that were going. And I did get the LCCN done for the Florist Budding Desire. I got the title claimed on ACX. And then I realized I kind of need to start the process to fix A Curse of Wings and Gems because I just got the email saying that the LCCN was approved. I was given an LCCN, which you had to put onto your copyright page. And then they need a copy of it sent, like a physical copy of it sent to the Library of Congress. And I thought, okay, well, I have to fix the copyright page with the LCCN on it first, get those files uploaded, because I'm just going to send a copy from Amazon directly to the Library of Congress and then get that all put through Amazon. But as I'm looking at some of my files that were part of A Curse of Wings and Gems, I was like, oh, I have a better file for this. Some of like the image of like the magic and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I want to replace. So I'm trying to fix these and getting sidetracked a little bit, but all this stuff has to be done. So yeah, okay. I got a lot of comments here, so let's see if we can catch up. I said thank you to Andy because he knows 100% that if you do put your paperback through Ingram Spark and you also have your paperback on Amazon, Amazon won't let it make 2 copies of it. I'm happy to share what I know. And then Paula Supton, yeah, Paula is Alicia's stream, but Paula is on Alicia's stream, so I have that pulled up as well. Hey, Shannon Chat, just swing by to hug the like button. I appreciate that. Another person I like for ISBN, where to distribute your books to, is Sarah Holroyd, Sleeping Cats Books. She owns that company that does a lot of author services. I've never used to work for her, but she shares a lot of great info. Another person I like for ISBN. So like you go to her for information or you distribute your book through her. I've never heard of it before. Right. I'm hopping off. Okay. So I won't get clarification on that. Got to get some YouTube work done. Hello, the Literary Eclipse. Welcome to the channel again. Hey, I'm glad I made it in time. LOL. I'm going to start with some journaling, then to write something, even if it's not the whip I'm meant to be working on. Which, by the way, I don't think I've asked if you have like another name you go by. I mean, I'm fine calling you the Literary Eclipse if that's what you want me to call you. But if there's another name you want me to call you by, I will be willing to do that as well. Emma stopped in. Hey, how's it going, Emma? Oh yeah, I don't distribute through Ingram, but allowing Draft to Digital to handle Barnes & Noble is sounding better the more I think about it. Yeah, I do my ebook through Draft to Digital to go everywhere. The only place it does not go through is Google Play. They don't have a contract signed between them, so I go direct to the Google Play with my ebook because they don't sell paperbacks there. But yeah, hey, Devin, says Emma. Mars, hello. I made friends with like button. May or may not get some writing done. I mean, maybe it's one of those days. Took a chance yesterday and submitted poetry to 2 journals. Congrats. Oh, you'll have to let us know how that turns out. Rattle and The New Yorker. Oh, well, The New Yorker I've heard is really, really hard to get into. I've never heard of Rattle. I say that and I feel like there's like something in the back of my mind that's like, you did hear of it once or maybe twice, but it's been a long time. I think I've heard of Rattle, but The New Yorker, yeah, definitely. That's a really prestigious publication. If you can get that. Currently editing some poetry to put my collection together and maybe write some poetry. Sounds like a good plan. Good morning, Kat. I saw Kat over in Vanessa's stream because Vanessa's going. I was like, Vanessa has not streamed in a really long time. I was just thinking that a few days ago because I had sent her an email as part of my Kickstarter. I owe her one more thing, but I can't go any further without meeting with her because it's creating a character for the sequel series. So I sent the original email a little while ago, a couple months ago, to see if she wanted to set up some time, and didn't get a reply. And then I realized after like a month or so, so this is a few weeks ago now, I was like, okay, maybe something's going on, or maybe she's on vacation. So I went to go check her on YouTube, and I was like, oh, she hasn't done anything for a while. So I went ahead and sent another email, and so she had mentioned that in the stream. So. Yay. I actually have my meeting with Rita this weekend to create a character in the sequel series. So I'm looking forward to that. Some sunrise and fresh air. Until then, tackling my to-do list. Awesome. This stream said YouTube featured under it for me. I don't even know what that means on my homepage. You're famous. Maybe I'm just famous on your page, though. Also, hello. Happy Tuesday. I'm getting things off the list little by little. Sounds like a good plan. Hello, Jocelyn. How's it going? Hope all is well. How's that one line? Have you looked at it this morning? because I know Jocelyn was had a line yesterday that was giving her trouble, but it was kind of like it was kind of a combination of the line was trouble plus like rough day. So I don't know if hopefully today is better, and or maybe you're going to wait a few days. Sometimes that works better if you just let it sit for a few days. Um, I had taken my meds, took the pup out. I took my meds too. Drinking my litter. Litter. I was thinking cats. So because Thor was like attacking Loki here in the chair next to me. They were sleeping together. And all of a sudden, Thor started attacking him, and Loki was like trying to tell him, "Get off me, leave me alone." And so I just grabbed Thor up a little bit ago. I also did that during that sprint, but yeah, because Loki will put the hurt down on him. Loki's a lot bigger than him, and so I was like, let me just pet you for a while. Liter of coffee. Got 2 poems edited. Also done reworking another poem. I mean, you're like just knocking these out. I feel like when I used to write poems, I didn't have as much like I don't feel like I was inspired so much like every day to write something. It's probably why I don't write poetry. So I think that's really awesome. Like I could spend every day writing something new for fiction, but it would take me a lot for my poetry. But my poetry is all like basically nonfiction stuff. So they're usually based on moments in my life. Howdy, everybody. Hello, Swank. Happy Women's Day. Happy ice cream for breakfast. Happy Feed the Birds Day. Lots of happy, wonderful stuff. I love ice cream for breakfast. I wonder if I should do that. It sounds like a good reason to celebrate the day. Good morning, Kendra. Good morning. Working on revisions again in alert mode. No worries. Ooh, I want ice cream. Yeah, right. Me too. Okay, let's go ahead. Second sprint of 3, 1 hour on the clock. If you have to leave out, thank you so much for coming. For everyone else, I'll see you on the other side in 6 minutes. How did you do on that sprint? I went and got some more coffee. Haven't finished my cup yet. And I didn't get any further with the Florist Budding Desire and do anything with that because I'm trying to get the right files up for A Curse of Wings and Gems onto Amazon. But I had compressed my EPUB a bit without ruining the quality. I don't remember how I did it. So I know I used Calibre, and then I think I did something else. And it's important when you're uploading an EPUB to, sorry, I got the hiccups, to Amazon. See, it's almost 10:30, and that's usually when I get the hiccups because I'm hungry. But anyways, so it's important that you have a good quality EPUB that you're uploading, but one that is compressed or at least as small as possible, because they charge you for every megabyte your book is that they have to deliver. And so I'm trying not to pass that. And I just don't know how I did it. I got my EPUB all the way down to 3.1 megabytes basically, but I had it at 1.1 megabytes before. So it's like way different. And I'm being charged 18 cents for delivery. And yeah, so I'm trying to see where else I can try to get that lower. I don't remember what I did. I should be writing this stuff down because I'm going to have to do it again, and again. So anyways, let's see how you guys did. That's all talking about ice cream in the morning because it is Happy Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. Sorry, it's Happy Women's Doctors Day. Oh, that would have been good yesterday to know. I went to the doctor yesterday, met my new doctor for the first time. I lost my last doctor because her husband is military and they got orders and left. So I met my new doctor. Her husband's also military. I'm like, oh, great. So I'm probably only going to have her for a couple of years and then she's going to leave. So I guess that's what you get when you live close to military. But then I came in, hello, good morning. I'm actually writing this morning for my job. LOL. Hopefully you got some good writing in. Kiki Witch is just popping in to say hi quickly before I get into focus project for work and to book the like button. Have a great day, all. I appreciate that. Thank you. Devin says, I'm getting crafty over here. I bought a mirror for social posts, but I need to create permanent fog aesthetic to it. I'm not sure what any of this means. You bought a mirror for social posts. Is that like a real mirror? Like a physical mirror? Or like a mirror on a platform? But I need to create permanent fog aesthetic to it. I see glitter Mod Podge in my future. Okay, so it must be physical. Interesting. I think that will look pretty cool. Tish says, good morning, working on edits. See, I mean, if you like doing that kind of stuff, that's like really great, right? The Florist Budding Desire, what was it? I did something. I needed a post for something. What did I need it for? I don't even remember what I needed it for. But I needed something. I can't remember what I needed it for. I needed a post or something, or some pic, and I needed an image of the Florist Budding Desire. And I was like, I could set up a pretty thing, like I have a girlfriend who does lots of pretty setups for her books and stuff. And I'm like, I have a few things, but I've kind of used everything I've ever had. And I don't want to buy more stuff because I already have too much stuff. That I can talk English, I promise. Write it better than I talk it probably. But I just found an image that had everything on it that I needed and then just added my book to it. So I cheated. Tish says, good morning, working on edits. Awesome. Hopefully made some good progress. Thanks for the sprints. I have a total of 9 poems in the collection. So we're working other poems, but the husband just got home since he is furloughed. Have a wonderful day with your husband. I think you probably left out already. This was a couple minutes ago. And awesome job on the poems. I'm proud to say I did in fact get words in my main whip. 531 to be exact. Exact. Right. You and I, we could do English today. That's awesome. Great job. I wish I was writing, but I have to get through all this stuff. I probably will not be writing today with all the publishing things I need to get done. Working on some channel content stuff. Nice. Bought a real mirror. Results going up on IG soon. You know me, I'm really crafty. Yeah, you are. Hold on. I don't know if I can get this in the tiny window that's there, but yeah, Devin made this for me. It's a dragon inside of a basket. And she made the basket. Here we go. To figure out which way we go into the thing. Yeah, so she's really crafty. I want to be crafty, but that requires time, and I'd rather spend that time doing a few other things. So then there's probably like, do I really want to be crafty then? Crafty. Oh, Lord, I really can't talk today. All right, final sprint. If you have to leave out, thank you so much for everyone else. 1 hour on point. See you next time. this time of the last sprint. How did you do? I finished with my files for A Curse of Wings and Gems since I got the LCCN number from Library of Congress, and I got the files uploaded. And then I thought, oh, okay, I gotta wait for the previewer, and it was still going. So then I moved on to the next thing. I totally forgot about it. Now the previewer is there, so I can launch a previewer. But gotta get that done. So then I went back to working on the things I had written down that I need to get done for my next publication, The Florist Budding Desire. So I got the LCCN requested. I got it claimed on ACX. I claimed it on Goodreads. I claimed it on BookBub, and I was just going through the process to claim it on Library Thing. And I did stop for a minute and think, did I want to do a Goodreads giveaway on this book, this publication in March? And did I want to do a new release for less promo on BookBub for the new release? And I decided no on both, but I really sat there and like figured out like pros and cons and what I wanted to do, because this the novella that I'm publishing in March, it's just a novella, so it's not very long. It's not a series opener. It's not actually part of a series. I always thought I'd make it part of a series, but it'd be like loosely connected, just all in the same town. But I kind of got bored with the second book that I was writing, and I abandoned it like a year and a half ago. So I don't know if I'll ever get back to that series or not. So it is basically a standalone novella. Now it does have characters in it that cross over to other places in other books, in multiple places actually. So like all my books have some crossover, like in characters and things like that. I think almost everything has a crossover until I do my novelettes later this year. Then there's not going to be crossover, because those novelettes all take place. Well, I mean, really the novella takes place like 700 years before my main series, but the novelettes take place like 1,000+ years before all that. So yeah, there are things that are in those stories that make it into parts of my book. I think I was talking about that yesterday. So like one of my novelettes is a Flicker in the Fire Scion, and it's all about getting a phoenix egg. So just think about that for a second, right? Because phoenixes are not born from eggs, they're born from fire. But I made a mythology basically around occasionally, very rare chance that you can get a phoenix egg. And if you get a part of the egg, it has magical properties. And one of them is like high fertility. And so the two characters in the story are trying to get the phoenix egg and whatnot. And so that phoenix egg actually plays into Nira in my third book. It plays into her whole family. But it was a conversation I was going to have between her and Zane. Like I kept wanting to have this conversation. They've been having this conversation in my head already, but it never made it into the novel. I assume it's still going to come out at some point, because the Fire Fae have lower birth rates. And I like Zane were like, well, how do you have like so many sisters and everything when the Fire Fae and the Sun Fae have low birth rates? Like they can barely have one child. How did your dad have 18, 19, 20 children? And it's because of that phoenix egg. So eventually it's going to come up, I think. I thought it would come up in the book that I wrote with them, but it didn't seem logical with everything that's happening for it to come up. That was not a conversation that was necessary at any point. But I imagine as they spend more time together in the sequel series, eventually it's going to come to him. He's going to be like, how did your dad have so many kids? And then we'll learn about the phoenix egg, which is part of the story in Flicker and the Fire Scion, but that's like 12 to 1,500 years beforehand. Anyway, so there's little things like that. There's another one, the female main character, she has what she calls an amulet that lets her know whenever she's around magic. And it's actually the same amulet that Nira has, although she calls hers a necklace. So I thought about changing it, because that book's not published yet. I thought about changing it to amulet, so it'd be more of a strong connection. Like if readers see, oh, this character has an amulet that tells her whenever magic's happening, and Nira has an amulet that tells her whenever magic's happening, I wonder if they're the same. And they actually are. But I don't know. We'll see. So there's definitely some crossover with different things. I can't think of, I know there's other parts, but I can't think of anything else. But so I left off with Evan saying, you know me, I'm crafty. Ugh, I never set up my arcs. Oh no. Are you going to do that now or sometime soon? Yeah, I mean, it's never too late. I mean, it's nice when you can have an arc set up a little bit ahead of time, but I've been really like looking at length of time. I still have the hiccups, y'all. I'm not eating anything yet. And I have the hiccups when I'm hungry. So I'm thinking that like 2 to 3 weeks is probably ideal. I've done longer. And like tomorrow I'm sitting on a newsletter and letting my newsletter know, okay, anybody who wants to sign up for the ARC, here's the link for the Florist Budding Desire. Well, tomorrow is February 4th, and it doesn't publish until March 16th. But then when I was looking at the emails I'm sending my newsletter, I'm like, do I really, like, I have it set up like what each newsletter is supposed to do. And I don't want to overload the newsletters with requests. And I have a lot of requests coming up. So you have the Florist Budding Desire ARC that is going to go out on February 4th. And then February 19th, I'm sending another newsletter to say that A Curse of Spikes and Smoke is open for alpha readers. And then March 4th, a reminder about the ARC for the Florist Budding Desire. But then also open Wildfire and The Sun Prince, Starling the Moonblade, and Shadow and the Air Trickster, the first 3 novelettes in my 8 novelette series. I'm opening that for beta reader access. And then on March 16th is when Florist Budding Desire publishes. So then I'll be sending a newsletter that day. And I don't want to be like, that's the day that I asked everyone for ARC readers. And I don't know where else to put it other than sending another newsletter. But I typically only send 1 newsletter a month. And I'm going to be sending like 2 for several months in a row. And so I'm kind of like, where do I put this? But if you're not like me, where you have like, you're not trying to like send, like I send my newsletters at very specific times because I sign up for promos and newsletter swaps and, things with other authors. So they're set up at certain times, very specific. Some people just send a newsletter every month. It's not like a specific day. Then, maybe I went on a tangent. Let's go on. I had an ending to that tangent, but then I lost it. So I'm back for the last sprint. Husband's taking a nap. Ooh, so did you get some writing in? That was like 40 minutes ago. More than 40 minutes ago. ARC added to Linktree. Okay, you got it. Yay. Well done, Devin. I've been somewhat productive, says Andy. Well, that's always good. I forgot what you said you were working on. My brain feels a little overloaded. I feel overloaded on the days that I'm trying to get my book everywhere because I had 2 days of this with A Curse of Wings and Gems. I had a day where I was trying to get my book up everywhere and I didn't finish. And I waited like a week because I had such a bad headache that day. And then I waited like a week and I came back and I finished it all up and I still had a headache that day. And I don't know if it's like, I'm trying to remember, like, go here, do this, do that I give myself a headache. And I have the headache coming on from me, like going to all these different places. I have like multiple tabs open. And I was also looking at, because I just got to the library thing where I want to get my book on there and then sign up for the March promo, the March giveaway for the ARC, which is free on library thing. But as of yesterday, I have 2 books on library thing that should have been up and available for giveaways. That's what the email said. I have the A Curse of Wings and Gems. And then I also have the AWC anthology on there because we don't have any reviews on the anthology yet. So if anyone's read the anthology and you haven't written in the anthology, you don't have a piece in it, we would love a review. Even if it's just like, hey, this was really great, or really great effort for these authors, something. We need some reviews on that to, give visibility for the authors. But so I've got it there on library thing. So I was like, okay, yesterday it should have gone up. So I wanted to see if anyone had signed up for it because it's a giveaway and people can sign up for it, but only so many of them win the book as an ARC. And it lasts until the 25th of the month, but it's not there. And that's what I was just doing. I was looking for it. I was like, why is this not going? And I don't see anybody's books up and available yet. And it's done in batches. It's just showing January's batches, but it's closed. So February's not there yet. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, library thing is not like it's Amazon. It's, run by a very small company. So anyways, I was just looking at that. So anyway, I'm getting a headache. Squeezing in the words where I can. Did you get some in? How'd that sentence go for you? I got 427 words, and now I'm going to get some lunch. Sounds good. I feel like I want to get some lunch too. I've got a poem written for the collection. Laundry has started. One of the poems isn't working with the collection, so I think I'll take it out. I need one more poem today to actually get to 10. So 10 poems for the collection, right? Because didn't you say you had 9 already? But if you're taking one out, that drops you down to 8. You have a total of 9 poems in the collection. So you want to do one more poem to get to 10. Maybe it's not when it actually gets to 10. So maybe you're just wanting to get to 10 poems altogether and not 10 poems in the collection. I'll ping you a message on Discord. Okay, thanks. I have Devin had pinged me twice yesterday, and so did Martin. I still haven't gotten to those. But I will. I promise I'll check it. It might actually help me to get get this headache going away. Maybe get some food. Check out this previewer on my book for Curse of Wings and Gems because I've got to get an order copy and sent to the Library of Congress. My pretty book post. Oh, yay. Let me grab Oh, I've mentioned it before. I don't know if anyone watches. If you guys remember me talking about the Tail Foundry, I love Tail Foundry. It's a YouTube channel, and I've got it pulled up. I really, really want to see this one too. I love what they talk about. Most of the time, I love what they talk about. Today, the one they put up is the original Pinocchio was weirdly violent. That's the name of the video. So, Tail Foundry is all about digging into tails and what it says about us as people and why we are like attracted to certain things, or it's kind of along those lines. And I think it's a very, because I am like into psychology. That's where my bachelor's is, and I thought I was going to do psychology eventually. I really like digging into that and what literature means for us as people. Where was I going? Oh, I was going to the YouTube version of this stream so I can grab that link. Okay, I got it. Hey, Jocelyn from Andy. Hello. I don't know. Hello, says Adeshley. I think I was like combining Adeshley and hello because they're like right next to each other. Hello, all says Adeshley. Hello, Adeshley. That was like 3 minutes ago, so we're about done. Waffles. More waffles. Ignore everyone's Discord messages but mine. Okay. I will let Devin know that I can't answer her because I'm going to answer yours first. 10 poems for the goal for today. Okay, so it's just a daily thing. Anything else is extra work for today that I don't have to do. Oh, mainly like y'all, I think I've mentioned like I'm doing so many hours every day of writing and or publishing. So I can stay on schedule for my publishing schedule this year. And I say it's so many hours a day, like, so like Monday's 8 hours, today's 3 hours, but I'm tracking it by minutes because that's what I do on my spreadsheet. And so I was like tracking it. And so last week I was doing pretty good until I got to, on Thursday, I was actually over by 149 minutes. But then Friday, I'm supposed to do 3 hours and I never did it. So then I was negative 31 minutes. But then on Sunday, we did charm chats and I got 28 minutes. So then I was negative 3 minutes. So then yesterday I felt like I didn't do my 8 hours because it was split, right? I had some in the morning and then I did a pop up in the evening to try to hit my 8 hours. But I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna be short. But then when the stream ended, I was like, okay, I still need to go through the last couple chapters again before I send it to my critique partner. So I figured it all up. So going into yesterday, I was negative 3 minutes. And I was supposed to do 480 minutes for 8 hours, and I hit 483 minutes. I was like, what? I didn't even know that's where I didn't figure that out until this morning. Like I didn't know going into yesterday I needed 483 minutes, and that's exactly what I hit. So I'm exactly 0 minutes. It's really cool. Anyways, I know that's like, I just wanted to share that. Like that was a coincidence. I didn't plan that. I didn't plan it like, okay, I need 483 minutes today. I'm going to do 483. And that's exactly what I did, but I didn't know I needed to hit that number. Seriously though, my message is not urgent. Okay, Andy. So who went to sleep at like, I don't know, sometime between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.? So what were you and Devin doing? She wasn't sleeping either. She said she had her story in her mind. Anyone want to see how I avoid book marketing? Hold on, let me go grab the link. I'll watch it. It's a short, so it's gonna be real quick. And you say it here too. It's a YouTube short, less than 30 seconds. Adelo. From now on, Adesha, you're Adelo. Put some of it. Hello. That shall be your name from now on. And Andy's all about giving people names. Adelo. It sounds like a great pen name. It does. And thank you for the sprints. Thank you so much for being here. MS Word. Alrighty. So that brings us to the end. So tomorrow, I need to get my 5 hours in, but in the morning we have an IEP meeting. We've got several meetings this year because they're trying to pare back on my son's para. So they're trying to make it less inclusive. I can't remember the term they use, whatever. So they're thinking he's probably being more independent now that he doesn't need the para to stay with him all the time. And so there's progress basically every 9 weeks. And so, I don't know how long that meeting's gonna last. It starts at 8:30 in the morning and it's scheduled for an hour, but we usually schedule IEPs for an hour. They schedule it, not us. And we usually go like 2-3 hours. So I'm pretty certain I should make the 12. But so my sprints tomorrow are not in the morning. They start at 12 a.m. Nope, p.m. my time. So that is 1 p.m. Eastern. And I mean, there's a possibility if I get back sooner and I don't feel overwhelmed by all the information we go through, which I think this is going to be different. We're looking at figures and numbers that they have tracked him on for the last 9 weeks and not going through the IEP itself. So I think it should be okay. I might start sooner. So just for anyone who's out there, it's scheduled for 12. But if I get back with several hours before it starts, I probably will just start it earlier. So Oh, MS Word is not working. Could be my computer updates or my old school access has been limited. Adela writes. Instead of Adela. Hi, bye. But on the good side, I reached my milestone last night. Woohoo! Yay! Maybe that was keeping you up. You were like so excited by it. I don't know. I don't know if you ever feel that. Like, I don't feel like I got a hiccup again. I don't feel like extreme happiness for hitting a goal, but like inside, I think I am, but now I don't show it. Sword had a small glitch for me earlier today. Wonder if you're encountering the same issue. Adela writes, "Hi, JC." Laughing. All right, I think this is a good place to end it. Thank you everyone so much for coming, and I'll catch you guys all later. Bye.